Hi, uh, good day to you, depending upon when you are watching this video. My name is Venkatraman, and I run a business called You Too Can Run. And I've been a vegan, plant powered, as the new term is, a vegan, ethical vegan, if you want to be very accurate, correct about it, for about 10 years now. And, you know, people ask me, when did you become a vegan? And it's very difficult. Nobody becomes a vegan at the flick of a switch. It's not like stopping smoking or stopping drinking or something like that. It's always a process of transition. But I tell people that I'm on my third soy milk maker, and each one has lasted about 2 3 years before it went out. So I'm on my third one, and third one has gone kaput, and I'm looking for the next one. And yes, and that is around the time that I started becoming a vegan, because I have been a vegetarian. You should take some eggs, you should take some milk, honey, which are the three animal-based products that a vegetarian normally consumes. And I stopped doing that about 10 years back. But let me take you. I've been a vegan runner. I've been running regularly. I've got a small presentation, and the purpose of the topic, the purpose of this video today, is to tell you my own story, and hopefully you'll draw inspiration. And I've been a runner, and I run regularly, and I've been plant powered, I've been vegan, and there has been absolutely no problem. My age, for those who want to know about it, is I'm 62 now, and I've been a vegan from about 52 years of age. But my story, kind of, I didn't know the term vegan. I didn't know this at all. But let me take you through a presentation. I put a bunch of slides together that tells you my story, tells you what I want to tell, and then we can always go back to this. Let me put up the presentation for you. Okay, sorry. Okay, so here we are. Okay, got it. So this presentation, the title slide is called Plant Powered Running, which is what this series is called, and this particular video is called. And the idea is that I want people to know that you can, and running is a metaphor for any form of exercise. I run, so I put running. It can be any form of athletic activity. It can be climbing the mountains as Kuntal does, or it can be, lifting weights or whatever. And you'll hear a bunch of all this, over the next couple of days. So basically, it's about that. Coming to my story, um, I underwent an open heart surgery in 2007, a bypass surgery as it is called, and I um, was a vegetarian at that point of time. I was always been a vegetarian, and eating some eggs. I should take some eggs because it is good for proteins, egg whites. And as a runner, I was also a runner at that time. But sometime around 2009, I turned about 50, 51 years of age, and I felt that I must do a DEXA score. So DEXA is a test where they check your mineral bone density, and I thought that I do an annual checkup. I thought I'll go and do a DEXA score, and the DEXA score came to a a level which was between green and yellow. So basically, what the DEXA score said was that my bones, the density of my bones, mineral bone density, the density of my bones was becoming early onset osteopenia. So which means that it's not osteoporosis, it's not osteoarthritis, it is osteopenia, which means it's starting to becoming brittle. Now that obviously is a cause for alarm for anyone, because everybody wants to live a happy life, movement, full of vigor. Especially if you're a runner, you don't want your bones to become brittle. So the question started coming to my mind that why is my bone becoming porous? I mean, I'm eating healthy, I'm doing all the right stuff, and who doesn't? Okay, and then why is it happening? And I started reading, and some friends gave some literature and gave some books, and I started reading about it, and I soon discovered that milk is actually acidic, and because the milk is acidic, and it is harmful, And yes, this is a fact, and many of you may not know this, but milk is very acidic, and because of that acidic, the calcium is being leached from the bones, and that is why my bones are becoming brittle. So very difficult to accept. Tamil Brahmins are known for their Thai Shadam, curd rice. We have coffee. We have curds in everything, and we always consider that to be a very healthy thing to do. And somehow, you know, the literature suggested otherwise, and a lot of research, 20,000 runners, Harvard research suggested otherwise, and I couldn't face that all that. Okay, so that is when I turned vegan, and I slowly started making the change, started making soy milk, started doing all the things that this, and I'll not go through all the steps that I did. Over a period of time, I have now run about 150 nine half marathons. A half marathon is 21 kilometers. I run one every month. Now, because of this COVID, I've stopped running. But once I become normal, I start running. I run about 3 times a week, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers. I strength train, gym weights, etc. I also, start. A lot of people started taking inspiration from me. I was a heart patient, started running. So I have now about 20-25 trainees who regularly train under me. We call ourselves the Zippers Club. I train methodically. I am an RRCA certified level 2 trainer. RRCA is Road Running Clubs of America. And I'm the only Indian to be certified as a level 2 trainer, which means that it's a little bit of a higher level of training. And I have been injury free all along. I the niggles and pains will always be there. So, sometimes it will hurt here, it will hurt there, but injury free. I have not like stopped running. And the most important part is that I am also medication free. I don't take any statins, which typically heart patients are supposed to take. I don't take any BP drugs. I don't take any diabetes drugs. I don't do any beta blockers or any of that stuff. The only tablet that I take is a Ecosprin, which is a blood thinner. And then I've been told by my cardiologist, whom I trust, that it is desirable that I have some blood thinner, and it is healthy, and thrombosis and all those reasons are there. So I'm largely medication free, and this is my story in a nutshell. Why did this happen, and what did I learn? And that is what I'm going to share with you today. Okay. uh, Next slide. Okay, so we now come to plants. I turned vegan. I'm getting all my nutrition from plants. People ask me, Are, where will you get your protein? Where will you get your calcium? How will you build your collagen? All those things which people think can come only from animals. Okay. So let's start with the very basics. This is basic 7 standard, 8 standard science, depending upon which stream of education you were in. And this shows a plant. And the reason I put this picture here is to bring a very important point, that it is only a plant that can make food for us. Okay, only the plant has got the capability of interacting with the sun. Okay, taking the sun's rays, putting it on the chlorophyll as we know it on the plant. Okay, taking water from the soil or from the rain. Okay, converting the nutrients from the soil through the roots into brinjal, tomatoes, potatoes, coconuts, apples, whatever you can eat. Almost every single part of most plants are edible. Okay, there are about 9 things that you can eat from a plant. Okay, you can eat the fruits, you can eat the vegetables, you can eat the grains, you can eat the seeds, you can eat the leaves, you can eat the flowers. Many flowers are edible. You can eat roots. In many cases you can eat the stem, and you can eat the bark. And different parts of plants are eaten by us, in different ways, and almost every part. So the plant is absolutely giving, to humans, and we are supposed to coexist. The plant takes all this from 5 elements: the sun, fire, the wind, vayu, whatever you want to call it. I mean, different languages have different this. The earth, bhumi, the water, the vayu, soil, and lastly the air. And then after that there is the ether, or the DNA of the plant. So that is why one plant in the same place becomes a brinjal, another plant in the same next to it becomes a potato. Okay, so it is the animal cannot make food for you. The animal has to eat the plant. okay, to get whatever it makes. And then when you eat an animal, you get it from via. Okay, so that is a plant, and there is a plant is a basic source of food for us all human beings, and even for the animals, which we think give us better nutrition, which is a different fallacy. Okay, so we understand that the plant is this. Okay, second is very important is that your entire body, every 6 months, every single cell in your body is a different cell. Okay, you're like a stream, you're like a stream of energy. Okay, every 6 months there is a new you in terms of cells. Okay, you'll not look different. Venkatraman will continue to look like Venkatraman. His hair will continue to gray, his eyes will look the way his eyes look, all that will happen. His teeth will still be broken, all that will happen. But the cells in the teeth will be different cells. Okay, this slide says that every 35 days your skin replaces itself, your liver in about a month. Your body makes these new cells from the food and how does these cells happen? From the food you eat, the water you drink, and the air you breathe. These are the three things that make every single cell in your body. So the question that I asked myself is that, do I want to make these cells from very bad raw material, or should I put good raw material into my body? So first is plants are the original source. Second is told myself that I should put it from very good sources. The source of the food must have good integrity and must be above reproach. So there should be good source of the food, so that every cell in my body is rejuvenated and is as good as possible, because ultimately it is the food that makes what we are. Okay, so that is the second learning that I had as I made this transition. Okay, next slide. Now we have eaten the food, and again we are not going to go into all these details, but just to get that philosophy correct and to set the context correct. Okay, the food you eat, there is a saliva that is working on the food, there is a windpipe, there is a stomach, there is a liver, there is a pancreas, there is a small intestine, there is a large intestine. We are not going to go into details, but the body has got this entire chain where no matter what you put in, it could be a peanut, it could be a pie, it could be a pizza, it could be a payasam, it could be pomegranates, it could be anything. Okay, but everything will go in. Okay, and then they'll all get absorbed. Okay, waste matter will come out with a lot of your bacterial microbiome, which will make it brown. But otherwise, everything will get absorbed by the body. Okay, it doesn't matter. Now, if this what you put in is clean, natural, as original, as organic as human through the millennia of evolution have been designed, and does not come from a factory where they artificially make food. Okay, your body is getting what it can work with best. Okay, whether it can make you superhuman or not depends upon many factors. Let us go through one small part of this entire big picture. Okay, in the next slide, let me just go to the next slide, and I will now this slide shows you the surface area of the small intestine. Okay, what is happening now in this pipe here? There is a small intestine. The small intestine has got all ridges. In the ridges there is lot of this micro villi or villi, which absorb the food. So here your pizza, pie, pomegranate, peanut, whatever you have eaten, all is broken down into at a cellular level. At a cellular level, it is going through the small intestine into very, 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 very minute things. It is no longer a pineapple, it is no longer a peanut, it is no longer a pizza. It is going in and it is going into your bloodstream. So your bloodstream is now taking it. This is how food enters your body. Okay, by and large to the small intestine, some to the stomach, some to the large intestine, but 95% body becomes this. So this is where the food has become nutrition. Okay, and we all talk of nutrition science and nutritionist and all this and all that, and I also studied that science as part of my training. But this is where the magic happens. Okay, lot of factors, there are about 32 steps where this food gets broken down and becomes nutrition. From here the body takes that pineapple, takes that pizza, takes that payasam, whatever it is, and converts it into your eyelashes, your hair, your nails, your mouth, your muscle energy when you run, your muscles, your bones, whatever. Everything gets reassembled and repurposed. Okay, and that's a very very fantastic science, and nobody knows exactly how it does. Okay, we just know a little bit here and there, and we think we know everything. Okay, but that's a different thing. Okay, so this is what happens. Now let's go to the next slide. Okay, I'm coming back to my bones. Okay, my bones became brittle. What did I learn? This is what I learned, that it comes from plants, gets eaten, absorbed by the small intestine. And here, this picture kind of tells that from the blood how it goes into the bones. Okay, it's not very complex picture. We are not trying to become scientists here, but basically there is something known as a Ca2 sensor. Calcium sensor is there. This is where the blood is. This is the blood flow. This is the blood side. Okay, and there is a calcium sensor. There are sensors. Some sensors are good. They have got good sensors, and there are low Ca2. That is, there are bad sensors. They are inactive sensors. So, what is the quality of the sensors you have got? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. These sensors can pick up the calcium, okay, from the bloodstream. Okay, some can pick it up well, some cannot pick it up well. How do we know how to make them good? We don't know enough. Let me tell you this: we don't know enough. I mean, we are postulating, but we don't know enough. Okay, there is PTH, that is the parathyroid. Okay, the thyroid secretion comes out, the hormone plays a role, and this is a little bit we know. And then it goes back into the bone as resorption, it goes into the kidney at reabsorption, and then it goes into the kidney, with vitamin D, and it goes into the serum, and this is where the entire thing happens, and the calcium comes into from the bloodstream and goes into the kidney, goes into the bones, goes into all the other parts of your body, teeth of course, and everything. Now, if you have very less calcium, your bones will become brittle. If your food is acidic, it will become brittle. If you have too much calcium, what will happen? You'll get kidney stones. Correct? It will go into the kidney, and the body will excrete it as kidney stones. If you have too much calcium, you will get blocks in your heart attack. Again, people know that coronary calcium score is this. So it's a balance. Correct? Many people think, oh, calcium kane ka, calcium kane ka. No, I must have calcium. They don't tell you, because that is because the milk industry has sold you on calcium. If I tell anybody I don't drink milk, they say, oh, how do you get your calcium? अरे बाबा, where the cow gets the calcium, वहां से मेरे को भी calcium आता है. From that's where from I get my calcium. But they don't understand this. And then to have the calcium, you need magnesium, you need vitamin D. Everything works in unison. The nature is very beautiful. Everything happens together. It doesn't happen just calcium you are eaten, calcium will go as calcium, it will go straight and attach itself to the bone. That is the most stupidest analogy that I can give. It doesn't happen in that way. Okay, so the calcium is absorbed. The bone has to absorb it. There are so many factors. We don't know all the factors, but all we know is that if we live life normally, naturally, with good food, good habits, good sleep, the way our ancestors lived their lives, they lived for many years. They didn't suffer from osteoporosis. They didn't suffer from arthritis. I had my grand aunt. She passed away 2 years back. She was about 18 and 90 years of age. Till 90 years of age, she used to live in the house herself and cook and draw water from the village well and do everything. Okay, absolutely mobile. Correct? Nothing had happened. And today, how many women do you see who have got knee implants? So many of them. Were they runners? That's another question. Okay, were they runners? No, but their bones did not measure up, because this cycle that I'm showing you didn't work for them, and they put the wrong stuff in. So that is why they didn't work for them, and that is why they became osteoporosis, and they got knee implants today. Okay, so anyway, coming back, this is this is what I learned, okay, of nutrition. And I'm a chartered accountant by education, in case I have not told you this. But you just have to Google, you just have to have a curious mind, and all this knowledge is today available for you. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, sorry. So this is a concluding slide. Okay, where am I today? Where am I? Where have I come? Okay, my mineral bone density from last 10 years is still the same. I tested, I think, last year. Okay, it's still the same. It has not become worse. It has not become good. Okay, it has not worsened, but it doesn't mean that the bones are gone and again become stronger. But in the last 10 years, I have to ask myself this question: if I had not become a vegan, what would have happened to me? where would my bones have been? Okay, and we can't do a blind A/B testing here because it's one Venkatraman as a sample size of one. But I can tell you this, that all my readings, all my this, I am convinced that if I continued to be a non-vegan, if I continue to consume dairy and other acidic food, and along with dairy, I stopped many things. Okay, I stopped sugar, I stopped any carb. I was not having carbonated drinks, but it became absolute zero. I don't consume alcohol. My tea coffee became very less. Okay, I just have 1 or 2 cups a day, and more I have coffee because it's supposed to help metabolize fat burning, etc. So I cleaned my diet, and becoming plant powered was one of them. Okay, and becoming whole food was one of them. That is not having processed foods. Okay, I don't consume anything from a factory. Very rarely I will have a chocolate here or there. Okay, somebody brings it, chalo theek hai, kind of thing. So very rarely I will do this. Correct. So my body has not worsened. My arthritis has not become bad. My mineral bone density is still what it was 10 years back when I had cause for alarm. I train regularly. I cycle regularly. I run regularly. At least 2 3 times a week I'm running 8 to 10 kilometers. I cycle about 15 20 kilometers. I've taken up cycling now. I do strength training regularly. I have got videos on YouTube which you can see. I have got a 21-day challenge. I got a 14-day challenge, and you can see how fit I am in those videos. And I'll put the links to those videos here. Okay, and I recover very fast. Okay, I run every day. I don't require a 48-hour recovery period. Not that I run very intensely, but I recover very fast. Okay, completely whole foods, completely plant based, and I live life with compassion, which is very important. I have compassionate to everybody. Compassion has become part of me. I believe in the Hindu philosophy, Lokat Samasa Sukhino Bhavantu, and I believe that veganism is practice of that Hindu philosophy. Because when they say Lokat Sukhino Samasa Sukhino Bhavantu, they are saying that in the world, let everybody be happy, let everything be happy. It is not just everybody, it's everything. Anything that is there on this planet, the planet belongs to it equally. And if you are a practicing Hindu who goes by the principles and tenets and not by the practice and procedures, Vibhuti lagao, kumkum lagao, do all those things, and tie the threads and all those kind of things. Nothing wrong in that, nothing wrong in being ritualistic. I am also ritualistic. I say my Hindu prayers as a Brahmin twice a day, but I'm saying that also the principles and tenets have to be followed. One of them is ahimsa, one of them is loka samhita sukhino bhavantu. So I live life with compassion, and I live life with a lot of jest. Okay, so this is what, very quick, very short, very succinct, this of my learnings as a plant-based runner. And I am 62, medicine free, injury free, regularly get tested, and I am enjoying my life. So that's the end of the presentation. And yeah, last, if somebody wants to know, you can quickly take down my phone number. You can contact me. If you go on search on YouTube and run, we are all over the place, and you can get in touch with me. Okay, so that ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of my formal presentation, and I'm now ready to take any questions that you may have. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. I really like putting this together. I give talks. If you're from corporate, we have corporate wellness programs for companies. I come and give talks to many companies. I'm supposed to be inspirational. Many people who have heard my talk have become very good runners. They have come and acknowledge my inspirational talk. They see me after 1 year 2 years somewhere or the other, and they, sir, आपने हमारा कंपनी में आया था, बहुत बढ़िया बात की आपने, that kind of a thing they say. And they tell me that I'm a good runner, I'm a good speaker. So if you are from a corporate, call me for a speaking. And of course now it's all on Zoom and virtual. And if you want to start a corporate wellness program in your company, do get in touch with us. We help companies become healthy. Okay, so the mission of YouTube Can Run is to promote running for good health, and running is a metaphor for any form of exercise. I run, so it's called running, and we help you and your company employees to become healthy. Okay. Anyway, so that's the that's what I do in case you want to get in touch with me. I'm ready to take any questions that you have. Thank you very much, and I will finish this formal part of the presentation now.